now watching I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel.
I shot him 6 times.
What's going on, horror fanatics? Welcome to I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. As you know, I'm your host and creator of the channel, Marcus. If you have not done so already, please shoot this stream a like. It definitely helps out with the YouTube algorithm a ton. As well as if you happen to be a new viewer coming across this stream, please shoot that subscribe button as well as that notification icon so you get all the latest content updates to the channel. In this stream, I'm going to be discussing some Exorcist Believer as well as some sawx and answering some of you guys' questions that you may have for the film, being that we have gotten some promotions for both films ramped up here over the last week or so. And it definitely is going to be an interesting conversation, especially with the trailer from Exorcist Believer. I have some clips here, or at least some images here that I want to touch up on and get you guys' questions and answers about them as well. I have some questions for you guys in the chat as well concerning these images. So it's definitely going to be a fun stream. I can't wait to really dig into it. Without wasting any more time, though, I want to acknowledge you guys here in the chat. I know some of you guys have been waiting very patiently, and I appreciate you guys for that. As well as let me know in the chat if the background music is a little bit too loud. I don't think it is, but if it is and it is hindering you guys hearing me, just let me know and I'll turn it down a little bit more. And I seen this earlier, and I guess it went away. No, it's right here. There we go. We have a new member here to the channel. Talking Star Wars is a Woodsboro level member. Thank you so much for your membership, Talking Star Wars. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome to the cast and crew here of I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. You will get the exclusive perks of getting your messages prioritized, as well as exclusive members only watch party. I will have to hit you. Well, you send me a message on Instagram so I can add you to the group page on Instagram as well, because being that you're a member, you get added to the Instagram group page that we have for members only. So once again, thank you so much, Talking Star Wars. I greatly, greatly appreciate your membership. And once again, Talking Star Wars, thank you so much. Smash the like button, people. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. Val's Views, what's going on, General? I will be seeing you later on tonight for the Conjuring 2 watch party. I will be talking about that when we wind down the stream here today. We're going to be doing a late night special covering the Conjuring 2. We did Conjuring, the original Conjuring last week. It was my first time watch, and I liked it a lot. So I'm really interested to see what part 2 has to offer. And Val's saying, no, I don't think we'll see Lindablair. Now, that's interesting, Val, that you say that, and we can touch on it now. Excuse me. We can touch on it now real quickly. I just read an article that David-Gordon-Green has clarified Lindablair's involvement with this film, and he did say that she was just like a consultant. However, with some of these images that I'm going to be talking about here in the stream, I will say this. I don't think we're going to see Lindablair in this movie. They did say that she's heavily referenced in this film, and I definitely did catch that in the trailer, and we're going to talk about it here in depth here on the stream. But I agree with you, Val. I don't think we're going to see Lindablair actually in the movie, like making a cameo. Excuse me. Oh, Lord. I just ate, guys, before I came on here, so excuse me. I apologize for that. I'm only human. Talking Star Wars says, also, do we think they'll show Hoffman if he's in it and other rumored characters in the trailers to keep some as a surprise for the official movie? Well, I hope if they do have a bunch of returning characters coming back that they at least save some of them as a surprise. I hope they don't reveal everything in the trailer. I want to be shocked when I go into this film, not just with what's going to happen, but I want to be shocked on who's going to be in this movie. So we'll see, Talking Star Wars. We will see. Casey Tibbs, what's going on? If you happen to be a new viewer here, shoot that subscribe button. It definitely helps out with the algorithm a ton. Asking, new Saw coming out? Yes, absolutely. And Casey, we are actually expected to get the first trailer tomorrow at Midsummer Scream. Now, I always say this, that does not mean that they're going to release it on YouTube directly after. We might have to wait another day or two, or even a little bit longer than that. But I know at the Midsummer Scream Convention, the Saw cast is going to be there, and they will be releasing the trailer there at that convention. So fingers crossed we get it released tomorrow, or even later today. That would be nice. Hey, what's going on, Kyle? Kyle Brandon in the chat saying, hey, what's up, Marcus? Have you seen Talk to Me? No, I have not, but I have heard a lot of positive things about that movie. Actually, Destin from Destination Station hit me up earlier on Instagram and was like, you have to watch Talk to Me. I'm hearing a lot of good things. So maybe, in a couple days when I have a little bit more time, I can free up something and head out to the theater and go check it out. But he also says, if so, does it show the Saw trailer or Exorcist trailer? Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, buddy. So, yeah, I don't know. I doubt it does, though, because I'm pretty sure Destin would have mentioned that to me in the message. And he probably would have spoke on it already. So I don't think they did. Talking Star Wars asking, what's the Instagram? My Instagram is the same as here on YouTube. I shot him 6 times. Give me 1 second. I'll actually put the link here in the chat. I have my other laptop here rolled up to the side, so for these instances. So just give me 1 moment, and I will take care of that for you, Talking Star Wars. So while I do that and get this pulled up, I'm going to keep going through you guys' comments real quick. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Talking Star Wars. We're supposed to get a trailer tomorrow. That's right. JVO Jordan, what's going on? Hope you're having a great day. Saying, hello, everyone. I am a new subscriber. What's up? That's awesome. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Definitely going to have a fun time here with this content that I put out. I love doing what I do. I love talking horror movies. All right, so let me get this pulled up real quick. Drop that bad boy in the chat. All right. Here you go, Talking Star Wars. I'm putting it in the chat now. And that goes for everybody else as well. If you are not a follower to me on Instagram, definitely give me a follow. It helps out a lot with just the overall social media movement. And I say we have 14 people here. That's what's up. Let's keep it growing. If you guys haven't already, shoot that like button. It definitely helps out. As well as shoot that share button so we can get more audience here in the chat box with us. Yes, Casey, this is exciting. I love the Saw movies. I'm right there with you. I am so excited for Saw X. Like, I'm not going to lie. I had my concerns, given we've had so many movies focused on the John Kramer character. But if they feel like they can go back and tell a story that we don't know about from before the previous events of the original film, I'm all for it. Let's do it. I love John Kramer. I love tobinbell. That voice, especially after Spiral, and I like Spiral, but that voice that they used for that film, it really did make me miss John Kramer a lot. So, and Val, thank you so much. I see you were sharing the links in the chat. I greatly appreciate it. Val says, oh, definitely reference. They showed Catherine scratching Reagan's name. Yep. We're going to talk about that, Val. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. I have a really interesting theory about that. Talking Star Wars says, just found an Instagram, followed, and messaged you saying it's me. All right, awesome. So after the stream, I will add you to the group message, my friend. And again, thank you so much for becoming a member here to the channel. I greatly appreciate all the support. All right, everyone, so let's get into it. I'm caught up with everybody's chats, and I'm ready to delve into it. So the first thing we're going to talk about here is the Exorcist Believer, and then we're going to transition into Saw X. So all my Saw fans, please be patient, stick around. We're going to get to the Saw conversation, but I definitely do want to touch on Exorcist Believer and some of these images that I collected here from the trailer. So we're going to first start off with the fact that what's different about this Exorcist film compared to the original is that we actually have not one, but two possessed little girls here. And I like it. I like the fact that they are going in this direction for the sake of being different. I don't think this movie would have hit as much, or at least piqued any interest, if you were just going to focus on one girl. And the reason why I say that is because now with having two girls possessed, you leave the opportunity for there to be two different entities controlling these girls. And that two entity part is definitely going to play into the young Caucasian girl's part, because I have a really interesting theory about who that demon really is. But I like it. I like the fact that they're going in this direction. And another thing I want to talk about as well is that you hear in the trailer that ellenburstyn, Chris McNeil says that there are multiple rituals for each exorcism, for each demon. In this one, you're going to have to use every single one of them. So what that tells me is that these demons, they might be the strongest of them all. Like, they might be the cream of the crop. Like, these are the highest level ranking devils, demons that we could have to offer. For her to say that they're going to have to use every single exorcism type ritual, that's big. And that just tells you how big this entity is going to be in this film, at least from how I take that piece of dialogue. So what I want to ask you guys in the chat is, do you think that these two entities, or do you think these two girls are going to have the same entity in them? Or do you think it is two different entities? Do you think I'm right on that? Because from listening to the dialogue in the trailer, the young black girl sounds like a completely different demon than the one we get with the young Caucasian girl. And I forget their names that they said they were in the trailer. It basically breezed by. I'm just going to have to obviously buckle down and really get the cast crew's name here in this film and stuff like that. I actually am going to be doing a Exorcist full trailer breakdown here in the coming days. But that's what I want to know from you guys. Do you guys think that these two are going to have two separate demons in them? Or do you think it's just one demon controlling them both? What do you guys feel about that? Hey, what's going on? What's up, Jamie? I see you're in the chat. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're feeling better, Jamie. Denisha Lane's in the chat as well. What's going on? What's up, Denisha? Yeah, Val, I think it's possible. I really do. I could be wrong. It could be just one demon. But I think there's a possibility we're going to get two different types of demons in this movie. I really do. Right. Hey, I'm right there with you, Jamie. I definitely have my concerns, with David Gordon Green doing this trilogy. But, and I think a lot of people, give him a lot of flack, and rightfully so, because of how Halloween Ends played out. But what I will say is this. We also have to keep in mind, he did direct two really good Halloween movies out of that trilogy. Halloween 18 and Halloween Kills. So who's to say he can't do it again with The Exorcist? This trailer definitely has me a little bit more confident than I was going into it before the trailer came out. I'm interested. I'm going to buy a ticket. I'm going to go see it. And plus, I'm a huge fan of the original Exorcist movie. And I just think there's so much potential that the trailer has showed us that we could be getting. Now, that doesn't mean, the potential that we see in the trailer is actually going to play out in the movie. But certain pieces of dialogue, to me, it stood out to me. And I think if they do go in this particular direction, at least with one of these demons, it's going to really be fascinating because it ties into the original so well, in my opinion. But we'll get there. We'll get there in a second. Casey saying they can go back and show him and Gordon working together, maybe. Possibly. That's not impossible. Even though Gordon Carey Ells has said he's not involved with this film with sawx. We'll see. We'll see, because he could just be blowing smoke up our asses. Val saying, I know who one of the demons is. I think I do too. Val. I think we're on the same boat. What's up, man? I hope you're having a great day. Thank you for stopping in. Okay, Val. Val saying one demon, a strong one, the one who possessed Reagan. And see, I think that too, Val. But I'm even thinking a little bit more outside of that box a little bit. But I'm right there with you. I definitely do think that one of the demons is the one that possessed Reagan. Captain Howdy could be back, because that was the demon that possessed Reagan in the original. We'll see. What's also interesting is that, and I mentioned this in the trailer reaction, is that opposed to the original one, this, where they get possessed at, it seems where they collect this entity, it's not in the basement of the house. It's not in the basement of a mansion or nothing. It's outside in the woods. So that's interesting. And I like that. I like the fact that they are getting different in that regard, because, again, I don't want this movie to be reminiscent of the original all the way. I don't want there to be, oh, they get possessed and they're in the house. That's how they get possessed. No, go outside. Go outside and be in nature. There's so many elements that can play into that, in my opinion. And I like the fact that they're going that direction with how these girls get possessed. JVO Jordan saying it's got to be different demons, as the girls acted different in the trailer. I agree. I think that there is going to be two demons. Could be wrong, but I agree with that. I think it's two different demons. But the one demon is the one from the original. And if it's not the one from the original, we'll get there in a sec. Denise is saying, hey, Marcus, just got from work. I'm about to get ready to get my workout on in a few. I'm listening in the chat. All right, thank you. Oh, my goodness. Sorry, Denisha. Thank you, Denisha, for hanging out and stuff. You get your workout on, girl. Flex those muscles. Jamie Hart saying Pazuzu pretended to be Father Karras' mom. That is true. The demon is a liar. He will try and trick you. Do not believe. There is only one. This is what Merritt said in the OG. That's right. That is true. That is true. But we know David Gordon Green likes to get different. So maybe this time around he decided to go with two. Who knows? Or at least heavily imply that there's two different demons, all to subsequently be revealed there's only one real demon. I'm okay with either one. I mean, I'm not against it just being one demon, especially with the fact that this demon is now possessing two girls. If it would have just been one demon, one girl, it would have been just like, we've seen this already. So the fact that they're doing it with two girls, I'm okay with it just being one demon. Kyle Brandon said, oh, damn, do your impression on Marcus. What are you talking about, the Loomis impression? Let me know which impression you're talking about. Because I got a couple of them, man. I do. I could do Dusty Rhodes from wrestling. I got a couple in the box, man. You got to let me know. But if you want me to do the Loomis one, I will. I can do an okay Jigsaw as well. Jamie saying Captain Howdy was the name of the demon, gave Reagan. Okay, yeah, that is true. But that was also a lie. That is true. But either way, I still call him Captain Howdy. That's what I know him as. I like the name. I don't know why. That's right, Val. Val saying, I agree, Marcus. I don't want to rehash of the OG, tie it in, but give me something new. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, what's going on? It's Frights. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you for stopping in. Asking, do you think sawx will have Mark Hoffman? I do believe so, and they fucking better. If they don't, I'm going to be very disappointed if he don't return. That's my boy right there, man. Like, they got to have Hoffman in this movie. They just have to. So, fingers crossed, man. We'll see. It hasn't been confirmed yet. There has been heavy rumors implying that he is, but nothing has been confirmed on him actually being in this movie. Not from anything I've saw. No pun intended. Val saying it's the one from the OG for sure. Scratching Reagan's name on the headboard. Chris's response to Chris. Yup. We've met before. Yup. If there is two demons, one is definitely the one from the OG. I agree. I absolutely agree. Oh, Demi. Oh, Demi. Okay. Why do you do this to me, Demi? Why? Why, Demi? Why, Demi? I know it's so fucked up to impersonate that lady because of the moment, you know, and it was like supposed to be a sentimental moment. But that shit always made me laugh, man. I can't help it. I have this knack for laughing when in situations that I shouldn't be laughing at. I can't help it. This shit is just funny to me. I just can't. Oh, damn me. Oh, love it. I'll tell you that. They better fucking do that in this movie, too. I better hear a, Demi, why? Why, Demi? I better hear it. I gotta hear it. Just even in the background. Give it to me. That is one homage I will take and be so happy with if they do it. Val and Brandon on Kyle laughing in the chat. That is one of my favorite ones to do. I'm not gonna lie. Jamie, I see now you guys got me wanting to read this comment in that fucking voice. Damn it. Jamie saying, when was the last time we saw Hoffman? Was it when Dr. Gordon beat him down in the parking lot? I hope Gordon puts him in a trap. The last time we did see him, Jamie, was actually he got chained in the bathroom with Adam's chain. He's locked away in the bathroom, and Dr. Gordon shuts the door and says, game over. Well, I can't leave this part out. Hoffman tries to go get the saw that Dr. Gordon used to cut his foot off, and Gordon took the saw and threw it out in the hallway and said, I don't think so, and then proceeded to say game over and shut the door. And yeah, but I don't give a damn what anybody says. I don't believe that Hoffman's dead anyway. So, and I'm not just talking about, like, we know he's not going to be dead in Saw X because it's set between Saw 1 and Saw 2. But I'm talking about from that moment on in Saw 7, I never believed he's dead. Never, not once. Casey Tim saying, love Hoffman. They have to bring him back. Yes, I agree. Absolutely. Got to bring my boy Hoffman back. Got to bring Costas back. And the beautiful thing about it is Costas over the years, like ever since Saw 7, you know, just I'm talking about years down the line, has expressed that if there is ever going to be another Saw movie to where they can bring him back, he wants to do it. And he even said, oh, he's not dead. Hoffman's not dead. He was just locked in the bathroom chained. So. Twisted Pictures presents in, how do you think Mark Hoffman will escape the infamous bathroom trap? Well, there's some possibilities. One of my theories is that Shank, and I'm hoping that maybe that little kid we seen in the first look photo with John Kramer back in 2022 in November, I'm hoping that little boy is William Shank, because it would make sense and it would tie into Spiral, because Shank said in Spiral, John Kramer was right, Spiral, the symbol of change. I always took that as somebody who spoke to John Kramer. So I think that would be a nice tie-in if that little boy is William Shank, and maybe Jigsaw, John Kramer raised him after his father passed away, because it would tie in so beautifully, because Jigsaw needed a son. He lost his son. Shank lost his father. Perfect dynamic, in my opinion. So maybe Shank is the one to release Hoffman. I always say in Spiral, Shank is not the one who did that all by himself. Somebody who knew the traps from previous films had to help him. So maybe after Gordon locks Hoffman away, maybe Shank is somewhere in the background. Maybe Gordon does have no idea about him. Gordon knows nothing about William Shank. And maybe he's watching somewhere from the background, and he goes, opens the door, and takes Hoffman out of his chains, and they team up. Who knows? There are so many directions, in my opinion, Saw X could go in terms of making a future Saw film that could tie into a previous sequel. I'm going to have to do a video breaking that down. Okay, now I'm going to move on to the next photo that I want to talk about here from The Exorcist. And Val was just talking about it, just kind of touching up on it. And we see one of the demons, if I'm not mistaken, Val said her name was Catherine. We see her carving Reagan's name into the headboard. And then when we get introduced to Chris McNeil, we see her say, "I've met you before," and we hear the demon say, "Mother." Now, guys, we can all assume that this is the original demon that possessed Reagan, and I'm 100% in agreement with that theory. I think that is a very good possibility. But this is my theory. Being that we don't get Linda Blair in this movie, let's say we don't see Linda Blair in this movie. We don't see her at all. Like, in terms of a cameo, physical appearance, we don't see Reagan McNeil, right? What if Reagan passed away and now her spirit has transitioned over to that side? Her soul is now basically in the form of a demon. It would make sense. I mean, now granted, like Jamie said, the demon likes to lie and make things up and manipulate. But let's really use our imagination here, guys. How cool would it be? And how cool of a tie-in will it be to the original film if Reagan McNeil passed away along these years and now she is transitioned into a demon? She is now this demon that is speaking to her mother. She is now this demon that is possessing this little girl. Guys, I think it's possible. The reason why I think it's possible is because why would this demon feel the need to involve Reagan at all? Right? This is, in my opinion, luring Chris McNeil back. That's what that is doing. By carving the name into the headboard, by basically calling Chris McNeil mother, they are drawing her back into this situation, in my opinion. I think it's possible, guys. Now, I'm not against. I'm 100% with the idea that this is the original demon from the original film. And she's basically, or he, whatever you want to call it, is playing mind games with Chris by calling her mother, by carving Reagan into the headboard, by bringing up Reagan in general. However, when we get this fucking shot right here in the trailer, ladies and gentlemen, do not tell me that does not look like Reagan McNeil. That looks like Reagan. Like, that looks exactly like Linda Blair in the original. Now, I will say Linda Blair in the original, her makeup was definitely a lot more in tune. You can see that here in this photo that I put up. But this little girl resembles her so much. And I'm wondering, is this going to be Reagan McNeil, who is the actual demon? Which is why this demon not only looks like Reagan McNeil, but why Chris McNeil has been lured back into this situation with this exorcism and with these demons and the devil and all that stuff. I don't know, guys. I think the possibility for it is there. I really, really do. I do. So let me know what you guys think in the chat. Do you guys think that this demon is going to be Regan McNeil herself? That maybe somewhere along the line she passed away in between the events of, the previous films and now she has transitioned into a demon. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's an interesting conversation to have about that. And I think it's an interesting theory. And I think that would be so cool to tie that into the original, because the demon's whole purpose to begin with Regan was to take over her soul and to take over her body. That's why he possessed her. Let me know what you guys think. I'm dying to hear what you guys think about that theory. And real quickly, I see I have a $5 super chat. Bam, bam, bam. Let's go. Thank you so much, Talking Star Wars. I greatly appreciate the super chat, man. Saying, I think Hoffman and maybe Logan could be wherever Saul is set, planning another trap, while Amanda and John could do the Mexico traps. That's not impossible. That's not impossible at all. I will say I think that's gonna determine on when the timeline takes place exactly, because we know Logan, when he left for the war, what was it, in May of 2024? I think it was around the same time Amanda became a test subject, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna have to go back and look on that and stuff, but that's not impossible. If this takes place before the events of Amanda's traps, yes. If it takes place before the events of Amanda being put in a reverse bear trap, I am 100% in agreement with this. I don't know about Amanda and John doing the Mexico traps. Again, it's all going to be, when is this movie picking up at? Like, where exactly? Is it before Amanda became an accomplice? Is it after she became an accomplice? Well, I will say, if they are bringing her back, I would have to say she's an accomplice at this point. And we know that her events of her being put in a reverse bear trap was in May. So maybe this takes place after that. Like after Amanda gets captured and then John turns her. And at that point, then Logan would have already been gone for the war. Unless they decide to retcon that whole thing about him going to Fallujah and all that. But then if they did that, that would kind of fuck up Jigsaw and all that stuff. Like, even though that movie has its own flaws already with timeline, that would just even make it more convoluted, in my opinion. But, I mean, they could do anything, man. Who knows? We'll see. But, I mean, I'm not against it. Like I said, though, they would have to explain how Logan, if it is after the events of Amanda becoming an accomplice after her trap, they're going to have to explain how Logan is here, because he's supposed to be in Fallujah. So, but great question, though, Talking Star Wars. And for that, I'm going to hook you up with a clip, my friend. Let's see what we got here. There you go, Talking Star Wars. I gotta do some more clips. I gotta edit some out. I have some downloaded, but I want to be able to edit them out because I can get copyrighted for using the original material, and that's something that I gotta find time to do. And being that clip just felt so short, I'm gonna give you another one. I'm gonna hook you up with another one because I greatly appreciate the super chat, and I just feel like that was just entirely too short. All right, here you go.
Laranja, acerola e mel. Uma doçura.
Yeah, I fucking swear. Some of these clips, man, I tell you. I don't know what the fuck that was, but that shit always gets me. Let's go. Oh, man. That's like if The Hills Have Eyes was a fucking comedy right there, in my opinion. I'm not trying to be rude, but that's what it reminds me of. He reminds me of the guy from Hills Have Eyes who played in The Devil's Rejects. The one who got accused of being a chicken fucker. You a chicken fucker, motherfucker? You calling me a chicken fucker, motherfucker? Oh, that's who he reminds me of. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, man. All right, so let's get to some more of you guys' comments. Jamie, speaking of JVO Jordan, pulling it out of the drain with a piece of hair and a bent needle. Silent Hill 2 reference. Yeah, I have no idea what the hell you guys are talking about right now, but sounds interesting. Val's View saying, I thought it was Reagan at first too. Made me do a double take. Yeah, I'm telling you, like, they did. Christopher Nelson, he's a fucking genius when it comes to this makeup game. Like, the makeup is great. I love it. That's the highlight of this film so far for me, is the makeup. And like I said, she looks so much like her, in my opinion. Val saying, oh, Marcus, now my mind is going. I'm telling you, the possibility is there. Like, I think so, Val. I really do. Like, I saw that, and I heard that dialogue, and I was just like, ooh, could Reagan be a demon now? Ooh. If they did some shit like that, that would be sick. I think if they did that and they executed it properly, I think a lot of people would like this movie. I really do. We'll see. We'll have to see, Val. It's interesting for sure. Jamie saying, I don't think so. Okay. The demon could take Reagan's soul, but that wouldn't turn Reagan into a demon. Just add her into the collective. That the usual demon modus operandi, souls are demon food. I can see where you're coming from with that. I get it. But the possibility, like, that would be so crazy. That would be so crazy. Because, see, I'm a firm believer that spirits can travel anywhere or can be transcended anywhere. So that's why I believe in that theory so much. I believe that if our spirits, if God forbid, a lower power, when we pass on, basically wanted to take our spirit and possess it, whatever, they could do that and use it in another human's form, in another human's vessel, I should say. We'll see, though. Jamie saying squeak, right? I'm telling you, it's crazy. Okay, Jamie saying it's part of the Silent Hill 2 game. Okay. You have to fetch a key out of the drain using a strand of hair and a bent needle. Oh, okay. So basically that's what you're saying. I guess that's where Saul got that idea for the key going down the drain. Let me know if that's what you're implying to, Jamie. That's what I'm saying, Val. Val's saying making Reagan a demon now, that would be a mental mindfuck and one of the best twists ever. I agree. Like, yes, thank you. I totally agree with that. That would make this shit so epic. Like, let's go. I can't wait. I can't wait. See, the more we talk about it, and this is why it's so good to have conversations like this. Because even if you have low expectations for a movie, and I'm not saying that these conversations should automatically make you feel like, oh, this is going to be the best movie ever. But it definitely does boost your confidence because you can come up with so many great ideas based on what you see they could possibly be doing. Now, if that doesn't turn out to be the case, so be it. Let's just hope that whatever they're doing, they execute it properly. But I agree. I think the possibility is there, and I think that would be one of the greatest twists ever. I'm in agreement with that, Val, for sure. That'd be great. We'll see. We will see. Now, another thing I want to touch on as well when it comes to The Exorcist. Oh, I hope I pulled it up here. Damn it, I didn't have it pulled up. Let me see. Give me 1 second, guys, because I'm going to see if I can get it pulled up, because I'm pretty sure I had it screenshotted. Oh, I deleted it. Oh, I deleted it when I cleaned everything out. It's okay. It's all right. We'll work with it. We'll micromanage. Okay, so the other shot in this trailer that I wanted to talk about was the shot that we got. You know what? No, I got to pull it up. I got to. I just have to. Because it's just better if I show it than just talking about it, because I feel like there's something there. So give me 1 second, guys. Let me get this bad boy pulled up. I'm going to have to go in the Exorcist trailer and take a quick screenshot. Let me turn that volume down to the video. I'm sure you guys can hear that because I can hear it. Okay. All right. Grab this real quick. I keep missing it. All right, got it. Bam. I gotta slow it down. Playback speed 0.5. That's the thing about these too. Like when you're trying to, do something, you know what I mean, with these screenshots, you gotta like slow the video down because they're moving so fast in between cuts. All right, there it is. There it is. I got it finally. Cool. I think that's an even better shot than what I got before. All right, guys. So I'm pulling it up now. Just give me 1 second. Screenshot. Boom. There we go. All right, guys. So towards the end of the Exorcist trailer, we see them, flashing through scenes. You see, the lady basically looks like she's doing the exorcism, maybe the priest. You just see a bunch of flashing scenes. And one of these flashing scenes you see is this. Now, it's a lot clearer than that, but I caught it when the flash went off. However, this is when Catherine is, I guess, going through an episode, and you see something coming out of her mouth. And guys, that's not green shake. That looks like a creature coming out of her mouth. I don't know if you guys can see where I have the arrow, where I'm circling around the arrow and stuff, but that right there looks like a creature coming out of her mouth. That would be sick. Now, of course, I would love for an homage to the old green shake spew and all that stuff. But how cool would it be if this is a demon or a creature literally being projectile vomited out of this young girl's mouth? That would be nuts, in my opinion. That would be crazy. You know what? I'm going to even try to get an even better shot, because I just feel like that shot doesn't even do it justice enough, in my opinion. I really don't. I'm going to try to get a quick shot that is a little bit more clear. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good shot that I just got. If you guys haven't done so already, please definitely shoot the like button. It definitely helps out with the algorithm a ton. Give me 1 second, guys. Like I said, I'm trying to just get this shot uploaded here because I want you guys to be able to get a better look at this bad boy. All right, now I got it. There we go. Here we go. So what do you guys think? Look at that bad boy. That looks like a fucking creature coming out of her mouth, guys. That does not look like blood, regular projectile throw up. That looks like a creature coming out of her mouth. It looks like a damn demon. Something is crawling out of this girl's mouth. It's like in Scarface when fucking Manny does the tongue flickering thing. And Al's like, or Tony's like, what the fuck is that thing? It's like a fucking cockroach coming out of your fucking mouth. Like, that's what it reminded me of when I saw this. That looks insane. I can't recall in the original one. It's been a while since I've seen it. But I can't recall if there was a scene like that where Reagan had anything crawling out of her mouth like that, other than, you know, her throwing up the green shake. If that happened, remind me, you guys, because, again, it's been a little bit since I've seen the original Exorcist. But that shit looks gnarly. Now, again, I know this isn't the first time in an Exorcist movie or a paranormal movie that we have seen something like this come out of the demon's mouth. But in an Exorcist movie, I'm just talking about the Exorcist itself, not any other paranormal movie, I think that would be pretty badass. I think it would add to what the Exorcist is supposed to be. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about this shot? Do you guys think that this is a creature coming out of her mouth? Looks like it to me. It's crazy. Okay, Jamie. Jamie's saying he was saying that Hoffman could get the key that Adam let go down the drain. I was just making a silly joke about the key, getting the key with no resources. Oh, okay, gotcha. What's up, Cody? NRU Cody Ghostface. What's going on? I hope you're having a great day. Denise is saying, need water, y'all. That looks scary. Yeah, right? That shit looks creepy as fuck. Jamie Hart saying, it looks like the worm thing from Jason Goes to Hell. Whoa! That's a good point. That's a really good point. That's a good point right there, Jamie. I didn't think about that. It really does. Doesn't it? Like, it does. Let's look at it again. Look at that shit. Yeah, I agree with you, Jamie. It definitely does favor that from Jason Goes to Hell for sure. It definitely does. It's interesting. I mean, let's do it. Let's have creepy shit like this happen in the film. You know, I'd be okay for the homage to the green shake, but I also want to see them do stuff differently. You know, I think us expecting the green shake, we expect to see green shake. We expect to see that. You know, I don't think we really expect to see a damn demon or a creature crawling out of this girl's mouth like that. So, I'm all here for it. Jamie's saying, I don't think anything comes out of her mouth, any OG, other than a spit, pea soup, and her crazy long tongue. That's true. Yes. I'm in agreement with that. Yeah, I couldn't recall whether there was a scene where she had a creature coming out of her mouth. And the reason why I say that, too, is because, of course, over the years, they added extra scenes to that movie where we got her doing the backward spider walk and all that stuff. So I didn't know if maybe they added some type of scene where something was crawling out of her mouth either. He might be, Jamie. He might be a fan of Jason Goes to Hell because it definitely does look like Jason Go to Hell. It does. It really does. And that creature coming out of the mouth looks like that creature from Jason Goes to Hell for sure. Probably is. I'm sure he's a fan of a lot of horror. I'll put it this way, Jamie. If he's a fan of Halloween and he's now doing the Exorcist movie, he's a fan of horror in general. So it would not surprise me if there are certain little pieces from other horror movies that he has taken and implemented them in the Exorcist. Jamie saying the only thing I've seen more than Twin Peaks is The Exorcist. LOL, I've read the books too. Oh, nice. I have never read the books before. Wow, that is a really good point, talking Star Wars. Funny you mentioned Jason when it comes out Friday the 13th. That is true. The Exorcist comes out Friday, October the 13th. Yep. Holy shit. Hey, maybe David Gordon Green is, a fan of Jason and took some elements from Jason Goes to Hell. I mean, who knows? We get a creature that looks like it's from that movie. The movie's going to be released on Friday the 13th. Too many coincidences, in my opinion. It's crazy. It is. It is really interesting. It's interesting for sure. Like I said, I still have my concerns, but I'm more excited for The Exorcist Believer now than I was ever before. So, and that's a good thing. That is a good thing. You want to be excited about these horror movies, even if they are somewhat requels or remakes of classics we've seen before. There's nothing wrong with keeping those legacies alive, in my opinion, as long as you try to get different with those legacies and add new things to them. All right, everyone. So now we are going to move on to the Saw portion of this live stream. As we are well aware, we are supposed to get a trailer tomorrow at Midsummer Scream. Who knows, possibly if we can get lucky and get it released a little bit early. But if we don't, obviously I'm going to be, keeping my ears, to the ground to see if that trailer drops. If it drops on YouTube, like I said earlier, we can't count it releasing on YouTube or social media just because it's going to be showcasing at a convention. We have to go into it knowing that we might not get the trailer tomorrow ourselves. Everybody at the convention is going to get it. We might not get it. But I'm hoping that we are part of that group that does get it. But I want to talk about these new images that we've gotten yesterday of Billy the Puppet. Now, I spoke about it briefly in my video early this morning, late last night, that, you see Billy here. He has the authentic look back, not that long-haired bullshit that they added in Jigsaw, because you got to remember in Jigsaw, they had two different versions of the puppet. They had this version and they had the longer-haired version. And I could not stand a longer-haired version. It made him look funny to me. It made him look not serious. It made him look not creepy. So the fact that they are going back to their roots with the puppet, absolutely love it. Now, obviously, you see the Play Me tape around his neck, which tells us that this is going to be a sequence when they are part of the game. Whether it's the game in the hospital remains to be seen. But as you can see, it does definitely look like Billy is in some type of basement. Now, excuse me, guys. But now the important thing about this is that we don't know if this is the hospital basement or one of John Kramer's factory basements. Now, why I say one of them is that John Kramer, I don't know if many of you knew this, about the history of the character, this motherfucker got like mad buildings around the city. So he has multiple like buildings that look like a factory across, which we could say is probably New York, where the film is based. So just because, you know, the main plot is supposed to be taking place in a hospital, that doesn't mean that there might not be another game being played, or at least this part could be taking place in one of the factories. But I do believe this is going to be as part of the hospital scene trap that we are going to be getting in Saw X in Mexico. That's the main story. I do believe this is probably the basement of that hospital where Billy is located at in this shot. So what do you guys think about this? Do you guys think this is a part of the hospital game that is going to be taking place in Mexico? Or do you guys think that this is probably taking place in one of John Kramer's factories? Because, like I said, the guy has multiple properties. And we know he's a master manipulator. And it wouldn't be the first time in the Saw franchise that in so many ways they ran two games at the same time. They did that in Jigsaw. That's how Logan's plan was able to work. So it's not impossible to think that maybe there are going to be two different games being played at the same time in this movie. Well, let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know what you guys think about Billy's appearance in this photo. Do you guys like it? Does it give you that authentic feel that we would want from them with the puppet? Do you guys think that this is a part of the hospital game, or do you guys think that this is going to be a game set in one of John Kramer's factories? We know for a fact, based on leaked images, that the old bathroom is coming back in Saw X. We know that. Could this be the old nerve gas factory where the bathroom is located, where Billy is at this point in time in this photo? Let me know what you guys think about it. I love that damn doll. They brought his creepiness back, and I'm so happy that they did. I didn't like the Jigsaw one. I know they had this one in Jigsaw, but they also had another one, and I just didn't like it. I didn't feel the need. I didn't understand why they felt the need to have two different puppets. One with long hair, one with the traditional short hair. I never understood that. But I love the fact that they went back to the roots with that puppet. He looks great. Okay. Yeah, Val saying, I just watched the trailer again. The girls' hearts start beating at the same time. Yeah, in sync gives me a one demon vibe. Yeah, I mean, that's very possible. It's possible you're right about that. It could be just one demon, you know, controlling this whole operation, if you will. Jamie asking, have you seen the trailer for Suitable Flesh? No, I have not. Is it something that I should be paying attention to, Jamie? Let me know. Yeah, that is a great observation. It is. That's a really good observation. What's up, Michael Joe? I hope you're having a great day. Thank you for stopping in. That's right, Jamie. Saying John Kramer owns a ton of buildings and was an engineer. Put that together with that frontal lobe tumor, and you get one heck of a self-righteous villain with a ton of resources and scary skills. Absolutely. You're telling the truth on that one. That's for sure. I think people undermine how much skills this man has and how many resources he has. John Kramer is basically essentially rich. Talking Star Wars says, I think the ending of Saw X could lead right into Saw 2, where he's hooked up to the IVs when Eric sees him. That's possible. That is possible. I will bring this up, and I'm going to talk about it in a video. I actually have it already basically set up. You know, I just have to basically do the actual video and the audio for it and stuff like that. But one of my Instagram followers, Mika Hag, if I'm not mistaken, that's her name. I have to go back and check the message. But she sent me a message showcasing that in that photo, in that first look photo of John Kramer, I think I might have it here. I'm not sure. Yep. Excuse me, guys. But in this photo, let me remove this comment real quick. You can see that John Kramer has a beard. You can see that. Now, what's interesting, according to Mika, and I find it interesting as well, is that on the cover of Jigsaw, he has a beard. But in the actual movie, you don't see him with a beard. It's his sideburns, his goatee is completely cut. So her theory was that maybe sawx could be somewhat of a continuation of Jigsaw, or I forget exactly how she phrased it. You know what? I'm going to actually pull up the Instagram message now, and then I'll read it here for you guys because I want to be spot on with what she's saying. Yeah. So I got this Instagram message from Mika Hag, who had sent me these basically these side-by-sides of John Kramer in sawx, and as well as in a Jigsaw poster rocking a beard. And she says this: "Hi, I've always wondered when Jigsaw came out in 2017. They used a picture of John Kramer in the movie poster where he has a beard, but he didn't have a beard in that movie. But in the sawx movie, he has a beard. So I was wondering if this was a hint of what was to come, because if I'm not wrong, sawx was supposed to come after the Jigsaw movie, but they decided to do a spiral. So this just made me think that when the plot in the movie for Jigsaw 2017 was whether John was still alive or not, and his body wasn't in the coffin. So will they continue this story, or could it be that in sawx is secretly a sequel to every Saw movie? And in that picture, you can see that both pictures look very similar. And I apologize for my English. I used Google Translator. Best regards, Mika." So I find this very, very interesting because Mika is not wrong in her observation, because sawx, from what I've heard and from what I've read, was supposed to be Saw 9. There was not supposed to be a spiral. sawx was originally supposed to be Saw 9. So I'm not against that thought that maybe sawx is somewhat of a sequel to Jigsaw. I'm not against that thought at all, or maybe some type of prequel in some type of way. I'll have to really, when I get to the video, I'm going to really break it down so you guys can understand where I'm coming from with that. But I think there's something there for sure, in my opinion. And I'm on board with it. I mean, we'll see. But I do think it's fascinating that, given that you do see him have a beard in this shot, and in the Jigsaw posters you see him have a beard, and the fact that this movie sawx was supposed to be Saw 9, who's to say that maybe who's to say the original concept for sawx could have been playing off the theory of whether Jigsaw John Kramer is still alive or not, because his body isn't in that coffin in Jigsaw. I mean, it's not impossible to think that this motherfucker possibly faked his death back in 3. A lot of people would say, oh, that would be getting too crazy, and I'm not against that. I do think it would be getting a little crazy. But if he did fucking fake his death, it's not impossible to think, because he's a master manipulator. He knows how to plan ahead, but also he knows he's an engineer. Like Jamie said, he could easily make his own type of fucking body and maybe hook it up with some type of, electronical devices to where you can hear him talking, and it also moves with his mouth, all that stuff. He knows how to do that type of stuff. So it's not impossible to think that maybe, just maybe, he could have faked his death in Saw 3. Now, do I think it's ever going to happen? No. But I see where Mika is coming from in terms of maybe Saw X or the original Saw 9 was going to play off the idea of whether John Kramer was still alive or not, being that we did not see him in the coffin when he was dug up in Jigsaw. Let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know what you guys think of Saw X was supposed to be Saw 9. And do you guys think that they would have played off the idea that Jigsaw, John Kramer, is actually still alive, being that we did not see him in his coffin? Let me know what you guys think about that theory. I can't wait to do that video so I can be more in depth with it. Move this bad boy. Get back to you guys' comments. Oh, why didn't that come down? All right, there we go. Get back to you guys' comments real quick. Hey, what's going on, Toxic? Thank you for stopping in. I greatly appreciate it. Toxic saying, I just want Adam alive. I agree, man. Like, listen. We got an Adam lookalike coming in Saw X. A lot of people think it's just going to be his corpse, and I can understand why they would think that. However, I'm optimistic that if we do go back to the bathroom, maybe, just maybe, we get Adam alive. And not only is alive, maybe, just maybe, it's revealed he's a Jigsaw accomplice as well. And they tie that in to all of the other Saw sequels. Because I mentioned this before, and I'm going to always take this with me. Even if they don't bring him back, I will always be an advocate for him returning, because you got to explain to me who the fuck is taking the photos in the entire franchise. Who is the photographer taking pictures of the test subjects? In the original, it was Adam. He was the one taking pictures of Dr. Gordon. We have never got that explained in the Saw franchise. We've gotten Gordon how explained how he's helped through the franchise, but we have never, ever, ever, ever got an explanation as to who is taking these photos. I want that answered. And I think I know who it is. And I think it's Adam Stanheight. And I hope it is, because they need to bring him back. And they need to stop fucking playing with our emotions. That would be cool, man. Like, Denise is saying hi to Toxic. Jamie saying John Kramer's throat was cut by the main character of Saw 3. We all saw it, and we all saw Lynn's head get blown off in response, which John said would happen if his heart stopped beating. But see, that's the thing, though. He could have easily made a device that could have been built that way. He could have easily made a device that was built that way, like a heart monitor or something. Again, I think he is dead. I don't think it's going to happen if they're going to bring him back. But the idea of him being dead is not being dead anyway. It's not a bad idea to have. This guy was an engineer. He knew how to put shit together. In my opinion, it is not impossible to think that this fucking guy sat there and hooked all this shit up and decided to fake his death. I don't know. We'll see. It's interesting, though. But again, I just feel like he could have easily just made a heart monitor, something. He could have built something for that. Toxic saying, how's it going? Of course, I enjoy your content, bro. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. It means a lot, honestly. Talking Star Wars saying he hopped on the stew train. LOL, I had to. Yeah, for sure. Toxic saying, exactly. It'd be so cool to see Adam alive and working with John in Saw 4 with the pics and all that. It bugs me his other leg is shackled. Yeah, right? Also, if you look at the bullet hole in certain sequels, the bullet hole that where he's supposedly shot at, it's like dead smack in the middle. We know he got shot in the shoulder. My boy's alive, man. He's alive. I'm a firmly believe that Adam Stanheight is alive. I will never believe he's dead. Bring him back. Let's go. That's right, Toxic. Yes, exactly. The picks. Jamie Hart saying, is Saw 4 we see him get cut up by the coroner? Hoffman was there. There was a tape in his gut. I just don't see how all that could be a lie. I mean, listen. Again, this is one thing we have to remember about John Kramer. He is fantastic at anticipating the outcomes. He is fantastic with that. He's amazing. He's a brilliant mind. So it's not impossible to think that in some... Look, I'll even throw this out in an example. Have you ever seen the movie Swordfish? Have you ever seen the movie Swordfish with Hugh Jackman, John Travolta, Halle Berry? What did John Travolta's character do in that film? He had a wax doll that looked exactly like him, and he faked his death. John Kramer's an engineer, so I'd like to think he has a greater chance of pulling some shit like that off than John Travolta's villain did. But again, Jamie, I'm there with you at the same time. I don't think it's ever going to happen. I do think it would be a lot to explain how that could work. But if you're going to go from the aspect of he's an engineer and he built this shit to make it look like he was, dead, I'm not against that theory at all. Yeah, I wouldn't either, Toxic. I wouldn't pass John I wouldn't put it past him neither. I wouldn't. Nope. Possibly. It's not impossible. And no one noticed. I mean, nobody noticed that Logan dug up his fucking grave. So, Jamie, you know how this goes. This is horror movies. That's just how it happens. I mean, whether it's for better or for worse. Oh, that's a really good question. Josh Frayne, what's going on? Thank you for stopping in. Greatly appreciate it. Josh asking, do you think we will see Hoffman escape the bathroom? Man, I would like it. I would love for there to be a tie-in to Saw 7 and we get revealed that Mark Hoffman has been helped escape in some type of way. I don't think it's going to happen based on the timeline of Saw X. But one way or another, I do anticipate Mark Hoffman being in this movie. But I do wish we could see him escape that bathroom because I don't think he's dead. I don't. Spiral to me, Spiral opened up. So what Spiral did was it provided more questions than answered. Because you get, what's his name? Shank. Do you really believe he did that shit all by himself? It's not happening. It's not. Somebody from the past helped that man. He didn't do all that shit by himself. He didn't. Hear what anybody says. So what Spiral did was open up the possibility that maybe there are more Jigsaw apprentices than we got introduced than before in the previous 7 to 8 installments. Remember, nobody expected us to get introduced to Logan. So it's not impossible to think that Shank could be another one. It's not impossible to think that Logan, when he came back, maybe he released Hoffman from the bathroom. He's another one. He couldn't have did all that shit by himself. He couldn't have. Those are two guys, Logan and Shank. who could not have acted alone, in my opinion. I don't give a damn how great you are at building traps. You need somebody to help you lift things. You need somebody to help you lift the test subjects, especially in Samuel L. Jackson's case. He needed somebody to help him hold that body up so he can put all them needles in him. So it's not impossible. I hope so, but I don't know. We'll see. Jamie saying, I revere the Saw films for being smart about the storyline. They have done such a good job so far. If they try and say that stuff that they showed us is a lie, they'll lose me, just my opinion. No, and you're right for feeling that way. You know, but I will say this, is that they kind of did that to themselves by digging up John Kramer's body and not having a body in it in Jigsaw. Because it does leave the question, it leaves a question out there. Why isn't his body there? We know Logan dug it up, but where is the body? Where did Logan store that body? Like, come on, you know? And by that time, that body would have had to been decomposed, bones, you know what I mean? You know, they opened that up themselves by having that scene in there, by having Edgar Munson in John Kramer's grave instead of John Kramer himself. Josh says, been watching your content for a few weeks with all the Saw videos. Keep it up, brother. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it, man. Oh, absolutely. I love Saw. Absolutely love this franchise. Talk 6 saying Spiral was slept on, just hated the voice. I'm in the same boat as you. I liked almost everything else about Spiral. If anything, I do think that the traps could have been a little bit better. It's not saying I didn't like the traps. I liked the traps. I just thought they could have been a little bit better. I do think that it was super obvious that it was Max Mangela's character, Shank. I think it was way too obvious. I figured it out, especially by the time where they said he was dead off screen. As soon as that happened, I said, yeah, it's him. You know, but the ending was great. I thought Chris Rock killed it. I thought Samuel L. Jackson killed it. It was a really good movie. I enjoyed it. It's just, I'm in agreement with you, though. That damn voice, gotta go. That voice sucked. Let me do the impersonation. Hello, Detective Bitch. Now's your time to meet your end. You have wrongly did the citizens of New York City wrong with your lies and you killing them off, or whatever how the fuck they say it. But that's how he sounds. That's how that voice sounds. Like, it's ridiculous. Live or die. Make your choice. Let's go. I love it. Oh, man. Oh, shit. Oh, Lord. Let's go. Oh, man. I'm saying this. The voice sucks, but you can't help but laugh at it. It's a hilarious voice. It is. Live or die. Now on to the next comment. I'm going to read this comment in that voice now. I didn't do it earlier, but damn it, I'm doing it now. Also, Josh saying, also, do you think this will be Tobinbell's last performance as Jigsaw? And do you think the series will be able to continue without him? I do. I do. And the reason why is because I think even though they're bringing him back for this film, I'll put it this way. If they can tie up some loose ends between Jigsaw and Spiral and make those villains stronger, I think the fandom will be okay with seeing another Saw movie without John Kramer. Because you got to think this, too. Even though Tobinbell was in Jigsaw, it didn't do that well. It didn't. Because a lot of people felt we were getting repetitive. You know? So now we are, 6 years removed from that? Fans are missing John Kramer. Fans want to see it. It's the requel craze. Halloween 2018 started this shit all over again. So a lot of fans have missed him. And I will say this. That Spiral voice, that contributed to them being like, okay, we need to get John Kramer back. That voice was that bad that they had to get the OG. But I feel like this. Saw in itself, because of the traps and because of the ways that you could kill people, I think it will always have an audience. You just have to find a new way to make a new story. So without always making it seem like it's a Jigsaw copycat. You know what I mean? Like, that's just where I'm at odds with the Saw franchise. You have to be able to create a new villain, but follow his story. That's the one thing that I felt they did well with Mark Hoffman. They gave you the backstory on why he was doing the shit that he was doing. With Logan, they only gave you certain little pieces. Just like with Shank, they only gave you certain little pieces. They didn't go in depth like they did with Mark Hoffman. What started off as revenge for Mark Hoffman because of his sister being killed by Seth Baxter turned into an obsession to kill, turned into a thirst. He turned into an itch he had to scratch. He started to love killing so much that it became second nature to him. That's why I love the story arc of Detective Mark Hoffman, because he starts off as a regular detective, then his sister gets killed. Then he kills the guy who killed his sister by using John Kramer's method, one of his traps. He gets abducted by John Kramer, basically gets told, listen here, bitch, you're going to either help me or I'm going to expose your punk ass because you fucking sat there and jacked my style. And then, like I said, what we see is, okay, at first he was just doing it out of revenge. Then it was like, I'm doing it because subsequently I have to, or John's going to expose me. But then slowly but surely he started to see he liked it. He started to like it, the thrill of hurting. He liked it. So that's the type of storytelling I want to see going forward with a future Saw villain. I think that's how the Saw franchise can survive without Tobinbell. And listen, guys, we're all going to have to do it at some point. If you are a diehard fan of a franchise, there's going to be movies within said franchise you don't like. But if you are a diehard fan of said franchise, you're going to support what they try to do differently regardless. Because at some point we get tired of them recycling the same shit, right? So with Saw, being that you have these traps, being that you have this method on how to harm people, I do think that they could survive without him. They just got to learn how to do it. And how you do that is by developing a villain the same type of way you develop John Kramer, just with a different motive, with a different backstory. That's all. So I do. To answer your question, Josh, I do. You know, I do think this is also going to be John Kramer, Tobinbell's last performance. I think, he's getting up there. I do think this is it. End of the road. And also because, okay, so let's say we get Saw X, which we are, and we all like it. And it does well. Do you still want to see another Saw movie that's going to talk about John Kramer? You gotta ask yourself that question. Because then, if they did that, that would be 10 out of 11 movies that would be solely focused on this one character. How much more fucking story can we tell? And that's like the biggest concern of Saw X for me, is how much story of John Kramer can we tell that it's going to make sense to the other sequels. But I've said this before, and I'm going to maintain my position. With Kevingruetert being the director of this movie, I am confident that this is going to tie in really well to the other Saw sequels. I really do. I like Kevingruetert's style, and I think he has directed the best Saw sequels out of the entire franchise. Like the ones that he's done, he's done the best job in my opinion. So he gets it. So it's just all going to come down to execution in this film. But we are going to have to move away from John Kramer at some point, guys. It's going to have to happen. I love the guy, but we're going to have to. Especially if he is legitimately dead. And there's no way they're going to try to retcon Saw 3 and his death scene, as if there's no way they're going to try to, redo that and make it seem like that was faked or that was staged, then yes, this will be Tobinbell's last performance, in my opinion. Oh, speaking of which, and I see what you said here, Denisha. That's tomorrow. So let me pull that up real quick. Oh, snap. So tomorrow, guys. Oh, fuck. I deleted that too. Son of a bitch. All right. I'm going to have to go back into the Instagram. But I'll just say it here now while I'm pulling it up. But Denisha asks, when is the Saw Marathon happening? Me and Destin are doing the Saw Marathon tomorrow. I already have the stream set up and everything. Yeah, so tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central. I know some are in Pacific time zone, so it may be a little too early for them. But again, at 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central, me and Destin from Destination Station are going to be doing a Saw Marathon. We are going to try to cover all 9 films in one day. We're going to try to. It's about 18 fucking hours worth of content, so it's going to be a stretch. But even if we can't do the full 18 hours or the full 9 movies, we are at least going to cover 5 of them. We're at least going to cover at least half. So it's going to be a fun time tomorrow for sure. But I do want to get that thumbnail uploaded here for you guys, just as a reminder. All right, so, oh, that bad boy now. All right, so again, everybody, just as a quick refresher, tomorrow at 11 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Eastern, sorry about that, 11 a.m. Eastern time, 10 a.m. Central, me and Destin from Destination Station are going to be doing a Saw-a-thon, a marathon, and paying tribute to the Saw franchise. We're going to try to cover every single film in this franchise, all 9 of them, from the original all the way to Spiral. Again, that's about 18 hours worth of live content. We are going to try to pull through it. But if we can't do the entire 18 hours, we're at least going to do 10. We're at least going to pull out 5. I think that watching 5 movies is definitely in the realm of possibility for sure. So, do me a favor, head over to the stream now, shoot the like button, share it on all your social media platforms so we can get some traction and we can get a good audience to show out. The stream is already set up here on the channel. Thank you for bringing that up, Denisha. Yeah, Jamie. No, I just sometimes, when I'm trying to hurry up and put the stream together, I be forgetting certain images that, I want to, promote and stuff like that. But shit happens. Josh saying, yes, they need a new villain, a unique one that's compelling like John. I agree. I agree with that. Possibly. I would love that. Imagine Adam Stanheight taking over the legacy. That would be badass. What I would like to see, if they're going to reveal he's alive, I would like to see leighwhannel make a cameo in this film. So let's say if they reveal Adam's alive, right? And we the finale is at the bathroom scene. Maybe we get a post-credit scene of Adam today, like now. Leighwhannel as Adam now. And the post-credit scene is him taking a snapshot of a test subject. Baller. Fucking baller. Let's go. Let's make it happen. That would be a post-credit scene for the ages, in my opinion. That would be worth staying the extra 2-3 minutes after the film is over to see that. Are you asking to be on the panel, Jamie? Because if so, then yeah, let me know and I'll send you a link. Jamie's asking, favorite saw trap from any movie? Mine has to be the needle pit. Cringe. I'd have to say the rack. The rack, man. Oh, man. That rack and all that twisting and, the rack was my favorite. That bad boy was efficient. And that was John's favorite. His personal favorite. I like to call it the rack. Ooh. Real quick, Talk6 says, I think they should maybe do one more with John if they can, but if not, I understand. I mean, maybe. I mean, I'll say this. If this movie knocks it out the park, which we all expect it to, there's a possibility they could do one more. There's a possibility they'll do one more with Toby. Depending on how this one ends. We'll see. Jamie's saying yes, but as the leader of a Saw cult, his disciples are here to carry the torch. Long live the Saw cult. Yes, absolutely. Who's a martyr? Are you talking about Hoffman? Are you talking about Hoffman, Jamie? Because that can be rectified. He can be forgiven. He can be let back into the cult, okay? We can forgive Mark Hoffman. We gotta have him in the cult still. He's the most ballsy of them all. You gotta have Mark Hoffman. I don't know if that's who you're talking about, Jamie, but I'm just saying. Well, Val, I would say I don't know what your plans are for tomorrow, Val, but we're going to be running this marathon. So if you're not doing anything and if you would like to join, you can join too. Talk6 says, I got to watch them for my audio podcast. We're covering this franchise in August. I'll be joining, though. Nice. I appreciate it. Definitely stop in, Talk6. And I'm going to have to check you out as well and check out your audio podcast and check you out in August when you start doing the Saw franchise. And just overall in general. I try to show as much love that I can to the community. So be on the lookout for me in your chat box, Talk6. Val saying I'll have to watch the new the Sawathon with you guys as I've only seen 1 and 2. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely, Val. Josh saying, imagine the Saw X trailer ends with John going into the bathroom, not turning on the lights, and you just hear, hello, Adam. Woo! If that fucking happened, oh, man, listen. If that happens, I'm doing the Carlton dance here on the street. I'm busting it out. I'm doing it. If that were to happen at the end of that fucking trailer, I'm celebrating. Damn it. Because then that would tell me that Adam is still alive. Like, it would tell me that. That would be so, man. Come on, don't play with my emotions like this. I hope so. That would be sick. That would be really cool. But But then again, when I think about it though, at the same time, let's not do that. And the reason why I say that is because you kind of want to save a surprise like that till we get to the film. What if that's how the actual film ends? And John goes to the bathroom, and you just hear him say what you just said in the comment. "Oh, Adam," and it just cuts off. Now you set up for another film. Now you have a cliffhanger that we're going to be like, "Whoa, wait, this motherfucker's still alive? What's going to happen next?" That's how you make another Saw film with John Kramer. If you want one more, that's how you do it. Just saying. Yeah, I like that. But I will say this. I want it saved for the actual movie and maybe, possibly, for the ending. That would be... What? Man, listen, like I said, gotta bring my boy Adam back. He's still alive. Jamie says, John Kramer is the religious, quote-unquote, religious leader is what I meant. I want Hoffman alive and suffering. Why you gotta suffer, though? It's mean. I want my boy suffering. My boy's got to get back to doing the suffering. He's got to be the one. He's got to get back to being the one who's causing the suffering. I'm just fucking around. But I fucks with Mark Hoffman heavy. He's a great character. I absolutely love that character. And like I said, he's ballsy. He's not afraid. Like, I remember Eric, the Bearded Entertainment, when we were doing some rankings, and Eric actually put what's his name, Hoffman, as a supreme cut. Like, he put them up there. He put him up there with Jigsaw and like Michael Myers and all that. And he had a really good point. That fucking scene where he takes out the FBI, what? Straight fucking slasher mode. Yeah. Hell yeah. Love Mark Hoffman. How fucked up would it be if they did show him and he's still in the bathroom and he's still chained up, malnourished, hair's falling out. Fucked up, man. See, now this is also an interesting thing too in terms of returning characters. Michael Joe says because they bring back John Kramer's wife. I'm wondering if they are going to bring back Betsy Russell as Jill Tuck. I've been wondering that since, things have started to get ramped up. I wonder if we're going to see Jill Tuck in this movie. Absolutely, Toxic. Toxic says, thank you. We do horror stuff, the Monster Squad podcast. Okay, Spotify, and I upload them on this. Still new to YouTube, to the YouTube stuff. Okay. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Like I said, I definitely love trying to show as much support that I can to fellow content creators. We family. We got to stick together. There's too many content creators that look at this shit like a competition. I mean, yeah, we're all here to, to benefit, ourselves and to maybe do this as a career and build a community. But why not work together in making that community and making each other's communities better? I never understand why some content creators take this shit as too competitive. Like, no. You know what I mean? Like, I love being able to showcase and highlight, other content creators, and show the love and spread the love. Right. I agree with this, Toxic. Toxic says, that was my main issue with Saw 3D. Showing Gordon in the intro crawling ruined the shock of him being involved in a live. Exactly. Yes. Absolutely. I agree. 100%. And then, of course, when you see him in the church approaching, basically confronting Bobby Dagan about his, his book and all that, you just knew Gordon was involved. You just did. The way he spoke, the way he looked at Bobby, the disdain on his face, you saw it. It was just like, yep, they're going to reveal some way, somehow, he's either been involved or he's now involved. And what did we find out? Motherfucker was involved since Saw 2. Oh, Jamie. Why do you say this to me, Jamie? Why? Why do you treat Detective Mark Hoffman like this to me, Jamie? Why? I gotta fuck with you, Jamie. Jamie saying, I think Hoffman needs to suffer. LOL. He's one messed up bad guy. And after what he does to Jill, I want to see him suffer. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. He does need to be punched in the fucking dick for fucking what he did to Jill. Because, yeah, Betsy was hot. Like, he didn't have to go that fucking far. He didn't have to do all that. Mangle her pretty face like that. Yeah, he did go a little bit too far with Jill. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so, but he suffered enough. Okay, he's been in the fucking bathroom for what? 13 years. 13 years now. My boy's been cooped up in that bathroom since Saw X. Since Saw the final chapter. So, I think 13 years of suffering and malnourishment and probably not having a decent meal and not having a booty to rub on. I think that's enough suffering. You know, I think my boy went through enough. It's time for my boy to, get back into normal, civilian. Be a normal civilian while also still being a member of the Saw cult. Haha. Could you imagine this shit? Let's go. Josh Frayden saying Adam and Gordon fighting for the mantle would be a cool idea in future films with Jigsaw being dead. I'm not against it. The original two from 2004. No, I'm the Jigsaw leader. No, I'm Jigsaw. No, I'm here. I'm him. No. That'd be fucking cool. Let's go. Let's go. I love it. Oh, this is another thing too. Remember what Gordon said at the end of Saw? He told Adam he would come back for him. Just saying. Maybe it was Gordon. Maybe Gordon saved him and got him out of there. Listen, I always felt like Amanda's scene in Saw 3 where she envisions killing Adam. I felt like that was a hallucination. And here's why. And I feel like a lot of people overlook this stuff. One, she was high. She was using again. She was high off heroin or whatever her drug of choice was. Reading that letter from Hoffman threw her into an emotional rage. Especially when you're high, you can sit there and think of so many things, especially if you're being accused of doing something that you didn't do, but now you're thinking that you actually did it. And I think that that's what that was. And that's just my opinion. I think Amanda, seeing that letter from Hoffman, threatening to tell him what she, quote unquote, did to Adam or was going to do to Adam, I think that was all conjured up in her head. I do. I don't think she actually killed Adam. I really don't. And this is another thing too. Okay, so let's say for the sake of argument, they don't retcon that. And they do make it seem like, or they do basically keep that as if she killed Adam, right? We see her put the plastic around his face. Blood starts coughing up. But just because he starts coughing up blood does not mean he's dead. In that moment, when he starts to cough up blood, he could have just decided that I'm just going to pass out, or he could have just passed out. It doesn't mean he's dead. He could have just passed out all over again. Especially being malnourished, not having no food, no water. That could definitely happen, especially when you're trying to fucking breathe and somebody is suffocating you. I don't know. I think there are ways that they could retcon that. Nuh-uh. How do you know this, Michael Joe? Michael Joe saying John smoked weed and saw X. What do you think? I mean, I think you're joking, but if he does, I mean, I'm not, hey, who am I to judge the man? That's all I'm going to say. My boy John toking on that devil's lettuce, as they like to call it. Fuck it. It is what it is. I'm not against it. I mean, shit. It ain't no secret. You see my eyes. Yep, that's Toxic says, yep, that's when I was like, he has to be involved. Why else is he still alive still? Yeah. I agree. Now, are you talking about Adam or are you talking about John Kramer, Toxic? I think you're talking about Adam. But yeah, again, I definitely do believe Adam's alive. I'm not buying this whole bullshit that Amanda killed him and not happening. It's not doing it. No. They got to prove more to me. Jamie saying LOL Marcus. You know I gotta mess with you. Oh yeah. Yeah, Toxic saying I was mad when he did that to Jill. Yeah, I was heartbroken too. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't want that to happen to good old Jill. But at the same time, she brought it on her fucking self. I know she was carrying out John's plan. She could have she could have definitely got away if she wanted to. Like, she just decided to stick around, and I don't know why. You knew he was going to come after you. All you had to do was go tell the cop what was happening. Detective Mark Hoffman is after me. I have this proof. I have this tape or whatever, this and this and that. Get the fuck out of Dodge. I don't even want your protection. I don't even want your protection. I don't need it. I'm getting out of this city. I'm getting out of this town, whatever. I'm out of here. She chose to stick around. She should have left. Jamie says, but I love to hate Hoffman. It feels so right. That's great. Hey, at least you have some type of feeling for him, to no feeling for him at all. Talk 6 says he's had enough time on his hands to change. Yo, man. Oh, shit. That would be crazy. Imagine if we did get revealed that Hoffman is alive, right? And he was released from the bathroom. And now he's like a completely reborn man. Like, he doesn't commit jigsaw traps no more. He doesn't do nothing. That would be so weird. Nah, you got to keep Mark Hoffman the same. Got to keep Mark Hoffman the same. See, it's funny you say this, Michael Joe, to Jamie, because here in the near future, I'm actually going to be doing an episode of the podcast, and it's going to be Hannibal versus John Kramer. Who's better? And we're going to have a live discussion talking about that. Because I think there's some similarities between the two in terms of psychology and in terms of anticipating what's going to happen. Talk 6 says Gordon better have. I felt so bad for Adam, right? Yeah, Gordon did tell. He said, I promise I would not lie to you. So the only thing is, the only issue about that is that Gordon, he didn't find out about the gas nerve building in the bathroom until Saw 7. At least that was implied through the tape of John Kramer in Gordon's office when he was playing that tape that Jill dropped off to him. John said to Gordon, I've showed you many places, but there's one place that may mean the most, valuable to you, or however he said it. So I personally don't know if Gordon even knew where the bathroom was to go back and get Adam. But hey, they could retcon certain things. They could make it happen. Yeah. I don't think it's impossible to think. I think, especially being in that moment, that she was high, she was emotionally distraught. I think reading those words that I will tell John that you killed Adam, I think that really made her conjure up and think that maybe she really did kill Adam. Maybe she had that thought in her head, like, oh, I really did. Who knows? Right, Josh? Yeah, that's a great point. Josh saying Adam and Gordon going at it kind of like how Hoffman and John's wife did. Yes. Yeah. Let's go. Toxic says Amanda says she killed Detective Matthews, and John was like, no, you didn't. You thought you did. That's a really good point. That's a really good point, Toxic. Good shit. Yeah. Oh my God. I just thought about it. So if John went and got Matthews from the bathroom, he could have gotten Adam out too. Woo! Let's go. Let's go. Like if he went back and got Matthews out, even though he ended up using Matthews for a later test, or at least what's his name, Hoffman did. But if John went and cleaned up that mess, who's to say he didn't clean up the mess of Amanda supposedly killing Adam? Let's go. Adam Stanhike lives, damn it. Stop playing with me. Let's go. God, we need to get this trailer. We need to get it. We need to get this shit. I'm so hyped. I'm so ready. Damn it. September can't come soon enough. Here, I'm sitting here when it was wintertime last year. It was so cold. I'm like, man, I'm ready for summer. I'm ready for nice weather. Man, the hell with this nice weather. I'm ready for fall weather. I'm ready for leaves. I'm ready for Halloween themes. I'm ready for jigsaw traps. I'm ready for fucking toenails getting cut off. I'm ready for fucking fingers getting cut off. I'm ready for it all. Let's go. Shit. Damn it. This is what these damn movies do to a motherfucker like me. Let's go. Hopefully the movie lives up to the hype and the enthusiasm. Fucking Jamie. That's funny. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying, Toxic. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I mean, like I said, if Gordon can be alive, why can't Adam? Hey, what's up, my chunky Jordy? What's going on, Gina? I hope you're having a great day. Thank you for stopping in. I will say, guys, I am going to go like another 7 minutes here on the stream, and I am going to wrap it up. I have some other things that I want to take care of. I have a members-only watch party I have to put together. And then, obviously, I do have to get ready for later on as well. For the late night special, we are going to be watching The Conjuring 2. Last week, I did my first time live watch party for the original Conjuring. I absolutely loved it. It definitely changed my perspective on it, especially in terms of paranormal movies, because I tend to get a little bit annoyed and tired of them. However, this was a really good paranormal movie, and I heard 2 is even better. So I'm excited for that tonight. You know, I'm going to be having Val from Val's Views on the channel with me, as well as Destin from Destination Station. Me and Destin are going to be fucking busy tonight and tomorrow with these live streams. It's going to be nuts. But it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun, and I can't wait. Also, I want to point this out as well, guys. Being that the trailer for sawx is supposed to be released at Midsummer Scream tomorrow, when me and Destin are doing this Saw marathon, covering all the movies, we are going to be refreshing our other computers as well. We both are fortunate that we have 2 separate computers to where we can focus on one and then focus on here and stuff like that. We're going to be making sure at least every few minutes to every half hour or whatever, we're going to be refreshing the page to see if the sawx trailer drops, so that while we're doing the Saw marathon, if that fucking trailer rears its beautiful head, we are going to showcase it on the marathon stream tomorrow. So let's hope it happens, guys. I'm fingers crossed. Again, just because it is releasing at the convention doesn't mean it's going to get released, on YouTube or anything. But the general hope is that when they do release it at the convention, they shortly after release it on YouTube and Twitter and everywhere else as well. So, fingers crossed. But again, when we do the Saw Marathon stream tomorrow, we will be making sure we refresh our other monitors to where we can get that news. If we get the news that the sawx trailer dropped, we will pause whatever movie we're on, whether it be Saw 1, Saw 2, Saw 3. We will pause it, and we will pull up the trailer, and we will review the trailer live on air while we're covering the Saw Marathon. It's going to be a great time. I can't wait. Hell yeah. Talking Star Wars says, I just got McDonald's for dinner. Hell yeah, man. That's great. I know some people don't fuck with McDonald's like that, and I don't mess with it the way I used to. But every once in a while, I got to have me a spicy chicken sandwich, a crispy chicken sandwich from there, or a Big Mac. But those fries, can't go wrong with McDonald's fries, y'all. I know it's a lot of salt on it, but man, that's what makes it good. Like, gives it that flavor on that potato. Yes, I said potato. Yes, absolutely, Val. Yep. We are watching The Conjuring 2 tonight. Late night special, 12 p.m. Eastern time. The stream is already set up, everybody. So if you want to join us tonight, do me a favor. And even if you don't want to, if you're not into the Conjuring movies, still do me this favor. Head over to that stream and drop a like so we can get it through the algorithm, so we can get new audiences to come over here to the channel and join us here in this conversations and our love for horror movies. I mean, yeah, if you want to, Denisha. Yeah, if you want to, just, hit me up on Instagram and let me know what you want to do. And I'll send you a link. Excuse me. Jamie Hart saying, oh, yeah, I was wondering. Oh, excuse me. Good Lord. Oh, yeah, I was wondering what you thought about The Conjuring. I'm so glad you liked it. Yes, it was really good. It was baller. I'm not going to lie. What I really liked about it is that they didn't try to over-exaggerate and overcompensate on the jump scares. The jump scares were perfect timing. And it wasn't like it was overwhelming, like, oh, or whatever. Even that shit, it was just like, oh, what the fuck? Like, and then when the sheriff, that was my favorite part. When the sheriff goes into the dining area, I think it was the dining room, and I forget exactly what she says or whatever, but she just comes out, she's like, whatever. I'm just like, oh shit, let's go. Like, it was really good. I enjoyed it. And the cinematography was beautiful. When those fucking crows are flying around the house like that, woo, fantastic cinematography. It looks so good. Yeah, they got me a few times. That's right. They did get me a few times. They damn sure did. Okay, Gina. Gina saying don't have Conjuring films and getting ready for sleep. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear about that, Gina, about you not having the Conjuring films. I know they have it on Amazon Prime, and I'm pretty sure it's on HBO Max. So if you have either one of those platforms, Gina, check them out on there. And get some rest, Gina. I will chat with you a little bit later. Oh, okay. Gina saying you got a migraine. Well, yeah, definitely, Gina, I hope you feel better. Get some rest, sleep the migraine off, and, hopefully you feel better and, come back stronger after that, because I know migraines are a bitch. I can't stand them. I only get them every once in a while, but when I get them, they're bad. Like, and I can't stand them. It's annoying. Jamie says, LOL, I'm sad I missed that. Val's views. I'll have to go watch it. You just want to see me get scared, Jamie. Oh, I saw this. Jamie said McDee's fries are from heaven. They are. They are. They're fucking fantastic. I love them. Gina says, do you know how long McDef's last after being cooked? Don't do fast food. Hey, I mean, I understand. I get it. Listen, I understand fast food is not the healthiest choices, in terms of food to eat. But damn it, every once in a while, you just got to go that route. You just do. You know what I mean? You don't feel like really cooking. You don't really feel like taking the time to whip nothing up. You want a nice little burger or something like that. And those damn fries. Like, I'm sorry. But I understand that, though, Gina. I do understand that. Oh, the chat jumped on me. Hold on. Talking Star Wars says, I'll join the marathon stream. I'll open my tabs for YouTube and Twitter in case. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, definitely be on the lookout. Alexander Spivey saying sawx. Yeah. That's right. Let's go. Excited for it. Alex saying, what if the twist is that the magical cure makes John's cancer worse? Yes. Yes, absolutely. This is what I spoke about when talking about this the other day, about breaking this whole stuff down, about the plot, about this magical cure. What if this magical cure is what makes John sicker even faster? Yes, I 100% fucking agree with that. Yes, absolutely. And I think that's going to be what happens. I really do. I think this quote unquote cure that these fucking assholes are scamming people with, this shit is what's going to make John Kramer even sicker, even more faster. It's going to increase his sickness at a rapid rate. He also goes on to say, because John from films 1 to 2, because John from film 1, from film 2 and 3, he was night and day. Yes, his appearance. I get what you're saying. Yes. From Saw 1 to Saw 2 especially, that's where you could see it for real. His health quickly declined. And granted, you can say, oh, well, that's what happens when you have cancer and you have a frontal lobe tumor. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that's, you're wrong for saying that at all. But it's not impossible to think that maybe there was another contributing factor as to why his illness spread even faster. And I think that that magical cure is going to be the reason why he did get sicker faster. Good shit. Good shit, Alex. We're on the same boat with that. I thought the same thing when I saw that shit. I said, what if this cure is what made him even more sick? It's not impossible, because you got to think, there's so many chemicals going into certain medicines. Hell, even chemo radiation, that's supposed to help you. That makes you even sicker. So, again, good stuff. Good stuff, Alex. Alex also goes on to say, or the magical cure would have worked, but John didn't do what he needed and tested everyone too quickly. That's not impossible to think either. That's not impossible to think. But apparently, according to the plot, they are saying that this is basically a scam. So, I mean, we'll have to see if it really is a scam. What if it's not a scam? What if you're right? Maybe this magical cure just takes some time to work, but people are too impatient. It's not impossible. What's up, MMA Russie? MMA saying, what's up, bro? What's going on, brother? Hope you're having a great day. I am about to wrap up the stream here, but I appreciate you stopping in and showing some love and support to the channel and to the live stream. But if you haven't obviously been here the entire stream, definitely go back and watch the replay. This was definitely a fun conversation, talking about some Exorcist, talking about some sawx, sharing some thoughts on some of these images from the Exorcist trailer, as well as the leaked images of Billy the Puppet from sawx. Also, real quick before we do head out, I do want to bring this image up as well. So this will probably go another 10 minutes because I want to talk about this. Okay, so here yesterday, and I mentioned this in my video, and I'll mention it again, and I want to give a shout out to my Saw insider, Sam Anderson, as he sent me this shot of Billy the Puppet. Now, this shot didn't come with the one that was shown on Twitter that I saw, the one that we talked about earlier, or whatever, where you see the Play Me tape and all that stuff like that, and it seems like he's in a basement or what have you. This didn't come attached to that. This is a whole different image. But as you can see in the image, Billy the Puppet is outside of some type of room. Now, I speculated that it could be, I originally speculated maybe it could be the bathroom trap. However, when you go back and rewatch scenes from the bathroom trap, at least the outside of it, it doesn't match the background. It doesn't match it at all. And if you look real closely, and I could be wrong, but this door that you see him riding his tricycle through, the door doesn't seem like it's a slide shut door. It looks like it's a regular open and shut push through door. As you can see here on the side, it looks like it's just like opens up like a regular door. It doesn't look like it slides. So I don't think this is the bathroom. I don't think this is the outside of the bathroom. However, it does look like this is one of John Kramer's factories, probably. Like one of his locations that he uses. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't think it's the bathroom. I can see why you would assume it is. It kind of does look like it. But I did the background check and it doesn't match up. Now, they could have sat there and changed the background for sawx on what the bathroom trap, at least the outside of it, looks like. They could have done that. And this could very well be the outside of the bathroom trap. The only issue I have with it is just that door. It doesn't look like a slide shut door. But what do you guys think about this image? Where do you think Billy the Puppet is located at? Do you think this is a part of the hospital in Mexico? Or do you think this is a part of one of John Kramer's factories? I don't know how many fucking underground rooms a hospital has. So I'm going to lean towards more that this might be located at one of John Kramer's factories. Let me know what you guys think in the chat before we wrap up the stream. I want to hear what you guys think, what you guys' opinion on that is. Jamie's saying, I'm confused, which isn't hard to do, but what cure? Okay, Jamie, the plot for sawx is that John Kramer is heading to Mexico to get a miracle cure for his cancer. But that the cure and everybody involved, it's all a scam. There's no magical cure. Now, this ties in, and I went back and checked this out, this ties in to Saw 6 with the whole insurance company thing. Remember, John wanted to go overseas to try this other treatment, but the insurance company wouldn't let him do it. Remember that? That's what I think this is. I think this is when John goes overseas to get a second opinion for a miracle cure for his cancer, and they fucking play him. But that's the plot of sawx. John is going to be in Mexico City trying to get this cure, but it's all a ruse. It's all a scam, giving him a new purpose to why he's creating this new trap and this new game at the hospital in Mexico. Val says, well, since I am the boss, I'm letting myself go home early. LOL. I hope to see y'all tonight for Conjuring 2. That's awesome, Val. That's right. When you're the boss, you can call your own shots. Gina saying, I can only do watch parties if I had the DVD, as I only have internet and YouTube on my phone. I refuse to pay for a TV license to not watch the BBC and can't afford broadband for a new computer. Hey, I understand that. I don't blame you. Why spend money if you don't feel like you should have to? Alex Spivey saying, or Gideon is still alive. That would be a crazy twist. I just don't think so, though, because they did say that she lost a baby. And I don't think if Gideon did survive, I don't think John Kramer goes off the edge the way he does. Excuse me. If his son survives, I don't think we get Jigsaw John Kramer. But that would be a hell of a twist. That would be a hell of a twist. But if they did that, though, then basically John being basically saying he's not a serial killer because he's never actually killed people, he gives them a chance to escape. In so many ways, that would make him look even more like a serial killer than ever before. But it would be a hell of a twist. Yeah. My Chunky Jordy says chemotherapy and radiotherapy kill you, not cure you. I watch my man. Blushwood berry extracts helps with the C. Okay. I'm sorry to hear about that, Gina. All right, Jamie. Yeah, I'll talk to you later. Enjoy the rest of your day. Like I said, if you want to come on to watch the Conjuring live watch party later on, you as well as Denisha, let me know. I hope you're feeling a lot better, Jamie. Talk 6 says, I just can't wait to see this movie. I think it's The Hospital, maybe. Hey, but yeah, possible. One way or another, it's a room. He's outside of a room somewhere. And it's definitely creepy. I love the lighting. And it's vintage Saw. That ambiance that you see in this photo is a vintage Saw ambiance. Right, it could be the factory though. It's tough to call. You're right. Did I miss something? Did Jordy did Jordy do a gifted membership? Because I know usually that's what gifting means. And if so, thank you so much, Gina, for that. And let me know who got that membership. Oh, Alex Spivey saying it's the soap factory on Vatican Lane from Spiral. You think so? Huh. Well, if that's true, Alex, then that means Spiral is tied in to sawx. Huh. I'm gonna have to do some deep digging and find out if that's true or not. Because if so, I'm gonna make a video about that. Oh, okay, awesome. Thank you so much, man. I greatly appreciate that. That's awesome. That is what's up. Thank you again, man. That's awesome. Showing support to the channel by gifting a membership. Let me know who got that membership. That's awesome. Like, for real. Like, I greatly appreciate that, guys. You guys are amazing. But all right, everyone, that unfortunately is going to be the end of today's stream. This was definitely a lot of fun. Don't worry, I will be back later on tonight for Conjuring 2 Watch Party. So again, if you haven't done so already, shoot over to that live stream, shoot the like button if you want to come join us and watch the film tonight. I hope to see you guys all there in the chat box. But this was definitely a lot of fun. You guys already know there's going to be more live streams coming, talking about Exorcist Believer, talking about sawx, more horror in general. So again, guys, I greatly appreciate you all stopping in. This was definitely a lot of fun. And real quick, I will get to one more. Okay, got you. Okay, so I will touch on this real quick. Denisha said, I'm sorry, Marcus. Jordy gifted the membership and Mayanne got it. Awesome. That's what's up. Thank you, Gina, for that. I greatly appreciate you gifting a membership. And Mayanne, welcome to the cast and crew here at I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube Horror Movie channel. You are now a channel member. I'm going to have to go into my memberships and see what level membership you are. But again, you get exclusive perks, watch parties, prioritize messages. I'll have to add you, Mayanne, to the group page on Instagram. So I'll shoot you a message on Instagram and add you to it. So yeah, that's awesome. Thank you again for that, Gina. But real quick, before we do head out, I do want to touch on this last comment by Alex. Alex says it could be tied to Spiral because John in the park talking to the little kid, who everyone speculated is William. Yeah, definitely. We'll have to wait and see if that is William, but I do think there's a possibility it could be. And I think that would really tie in well. Again, like I said earlier, John needed a son. William needed a father. Perfect. Perfect in my opinion. But okay, everybody, I'm heading out here until later on tonight. Again, I will catch you guys all later for the Conjuring 2 watch party. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. Stay safe. God bless. Catch you guys later.
You are now watching I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel.
I shot him 6